Jiten Jain, would you like to actually take that? Because I haven't got an answer to this very basic question. Can you actually remove everything, after it's been posted? Obviously, that's when the process of accountability starts. Because a lot of people would suggest that this is going to be a huge fight between the government and whether it's Twitter, Facebook or any other social media platform in terms of physically being able to remove all of that.
No, Vishnu, that is not even required, and that would not be even required by the law. See, understand what is safe harbor. Under Section 79, and in US also, as Napinai pointed out in Communication Decency Act, and in India, in Section 79, there is a safe harbor provision under IT rules where these social media companies or intermediaries have been given an exemption and certain immunities from the liability from any prosecution because of a third-party content being posted on them. So, but this exemption or this immunity is not absolute. There is a condition as long as they comply with the law of the land, which is they follow the government directions, they comply with the government legislations, the parliamentary legislations, and they comply with the government directives. Now, for example, what has been happening? See, this safe harbor is a 40-year-old construct of 1980s. Even in India, it is not 20-year-old. That time, social media in this current form was not even there. And the first example of this debate came, I think, almost 15 years ago when Bazi CEO was jailed because a student posted an, profane video or MMS of a girl on Bazi, and the CEO was jailed. And then finally he had to fight a court battle and he came out. And then his point was, look, somebody posted something on my auction website. I was not even aware of what it is. And that is the reason to avoid such arrest and harassment, this safe harbor was introduced. But now look what has happened. This protection was available only to intermediaries. Who are intermediaries? Who do not manipulate, play, edit or moderate the content. They are just a via media, like a telecom service provider, like your internet service provider. But social media companies, initially they said that, look, we are only an open book. Somebody comes and posts something. How are we responsible? Which was fair. But today, they moderate the content. They censor the accounts. They block the accounts. They take money to manipulate algorithms. What will be shown first? They even restrict the free speech. They suspend accounts as a policy. And now to an extent, they're also trying to get into sovereign functions where they're trying to interpret laws, refuse to comply with government orders. And by the way, this is not only in India. This has happened in Australia also, where Google and Facebook gave front page advertisements in Australian media accusing Australian Parliament and Australian government of running a misinformation campaign. They suspended government accounts. Twitter was suspended in Nigeria for election.
So I understand that. So my question, Jiten, is how is there greater accountability now? Most likely,
now what will happen?
From social media platforms.
Yeah, now what will happen? See, like in Twitter case, when government asked them to suspend 12,000 odd, this ISPR accounts, Twitter refused to comply with that.
Right, exactly.
Now, as soon as something unlawful, as per the law of the land, we can debate about it, is brought to their notice, and then they refuse to comply, then only the safe harbor provision will go.
Right.
See, once you are aware of the illegality, and then you're refusing to comply, then you're responsible.
Right.
Not for, as you are saying that everything what is illegal, they have to remove it, is humanly not possible. But once it is brought to their notice by any user, customer, government, and if they don't comply, then these protections have to go.
So they don't have to, they have to proactively try and get rid of whatever it is that is deemed to be incorrect. And secondly, if something is brought to their notice, perhaps by the government, and they choose not to listen to the government, then they could get in trouble and lose that safe harbor status. That's